It's been 6 months since my girlfriend cheated on me, and I think it's time to let her off the hook. She's been hanging from the basement ceiling for far too long. An aspiring horror writer, I was told to sit in a dark room and imagine in the most vivid detail my greatest fears. It was only when I felt the hot breath on my neck that I learnt of my gift. My wife is absent-minded. After she left for work, she awakened me with a text message that said, "I left the back door open, so please make it look like an accident." Do you ever get the feeling that you're being watched? I turned around to see who said that, but there was no one there. It was said the day of our extinction, we would hear God crying because of our impending doom. Imagine our surprise when we heard him laughing instead. The boy kept staring into my eyes as he dragged his mother's corpse inside, peeled off her skin and hung it next to me. For the first time ever, I, the monster in his closet, was terrified of him. My son's teddy bears always reminded me of him ever since he went missing. So I decided to burn all 6 of them today. It was when I heard the scream that I remembered buying him only 5. Every night, my husband still kisses my forehead before he goes to sleep. I just really wish he would have buried my skull with the rest of my body so I could truly pass on. From her hospital bed, my mother thought my smile meant I finally forgave her. My hand was on the plug. I saw a piece of thread dangling from my left nostril, so I tried to pull it out. That was when I felt my left eye roll upwards. When I was little, I learned that our spirits look exactly like us, except they like to linger near their corpses. If the police hadn't shown up that day, I would still think my uncle's doll shop is the most popular in my town. Tears saturated my face as the warm wind whips by and the sun sets in the distance. The parachute won't open. I'm not scared that I've been seeing missing posters of myself. It's the fact that the news is now saying that my body has been found. Still madly in love with my ex, I've spent all of today leaving him heartfelt voicemail messages. If I fill up his inbox, he might not notice the one voicemail his girlfriend left him as I took her life. The sign on the gate read, "Sorry, but we are at full capacity. No one else shall be allowed in." And as I turned away from the cemetery, I saw many more just like me with no place to rest. The ticking seems to get slower every tick. I really wish they hadn't buried me with my watch. Babe, please go move the camera further away from the baby's face. It's taking up the entire screen on the baby monitor. my wife mumbled before rolling over and going back to sleep. Honey, I replied, trembling at the sight of the screen. That camera is mounted on the ceiling. When I was pulled over by flashing lights on a desolate highway, I said, "Officer, please be lenient, because I used to be a cop." As the person outside of my window unholstered their weapon, they responded, "What a coincidence, I used to be a cop too." Out of the corner of my eye, I once again saw my gym buddy flirting with the receptionist. This image faded with the bars increasing pressure against my throat until I felt that uniquely soft crunch. My heart sped up as my phone battery dropped to 1%. I could see the grin at the foot of my bed, growing wider in anticipation of my only light source finally fading. So my girlfriend told me that they treat her like royalty. Apparently, beheading her wasn't the proper way to treat a lady. As the forensic team began their examination, they found me scratched onto the floor, obstructed by the body. As they began to move the body over to see the complete sentence, a loud timer began to tick, as the words revealed were, "Join me." The captain drew a shaky breath as another body floated by. "Air traffic control? Something very, very wrong is happening." On average, 22,000 people go missing each day. I will get you eventually. It's just a matter of time. With my heart racing and a wide grin, I stepped off the edge of the bridge. I screamed with pure terror when I heard the snap of the bungee cord as it broke into two. When the psychopath forced me to lay inside the coffin, I thought he would bury me alive. To my surprise, he left me on the ground, but as the sun started shining brighter, I realized that he had chosen a metal coffin for a reason. I smiled with excitement when he pulled his mother's ring out of his pocket and proposed to me. My happiness soon turned to horror when I remember him telling me his mother had been buried with it. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you'd like to, you can follow me at Twitter. The handle is @FuzzyPantaloons, and I'll see you all next time.